The Las Vegas Raiders, John Spytek, and Pete Carroll have just concluded their first NFL draft class. And in a video in a couple of days, I'm going to break down this entire class, right? But in today's video, what I wanted to do was break down day 3. So Dante Thoren all the way down to the bottom. We're going to give you just a quick reaction to each and every single pick. Might be a little bit of a long video. We might spend like 2 to 3 minutes on every person. So get ready, lock in, comment down below a letter grade. And if you want that part 2 to come out where we lock in on every single pick, right, of the entire draft class and give it a grade, comment down below P2, subscribe to the channel, join the family, and let's just dive in right now. The Las Vegas Raiders just absolutely stole Dante Thoren, the former wide receiver of Tennessee. Guys, you're going to love this, okay? Raiders Nation, stand up because, man, are we about to get hyped. 6'5", 205 pounds, was the 6th most athletic player at the NFL Draft Combine. I'm telling you right now, get excited, all right? Before we dive into Dante Thoren and everything that he adds to this Raiders team, I need you guys to do me a favor. Hit the like button if you are absolutely loving the Raiders draft so far. Also, guys, look at that. Sneak peek, 4.3 40-yard dash. A 4.3 40-yard dash at 6'5"? Stupid. Alright, so we're going to break down everything. Hit the like button, subscribe to the channel, join the family, turn on post notifications if you want more of these videos. And with that being said, let's kind of dive into the video. Now, again, Dante Thoren was projected in the 4th round, and that's exactly where they get him. He's long, he's linear, and he's a guy who is able to take the top off a defense at any point in time. Now, he can play through early contact. He's got really good contact balance, and he can work past tight man coverage. So if you ever run let's say a press man coverage with one high safety, you're absolutely toast, okay? You're cooked. You already lost. What are you doing? That's what I think when you're in press man coverage with Dante Thoren on the field. He's talented at stacking cornerbacks and tracking the ball when he finds top positioning. Because of that height, his ability to lock out DBs and kind of box them out, moss them, that's something he can do very well. He can strike over the top with routes, allowing him to catch on the move. His route tree is limited though, but that is something that you can kind of develop at the NFL level. So 2 high safety looks could park him in the garage. Again, that makes sense. I just talked about when you have one high safety and press man coverage, he's an absolute cheat code, but you need to develop his route tree a little bit more. He's average after the catch on short throws, but plays as a big as he measures, winning contested catches on all 3 levels. Thoren is a low volume target with erratic production, but teams looking for vertical juice should have him on their boards, and that's exactly what the Raiders had here. He's got explosive verticality. This guy can take the top off of defense. His play strength and hand fighting pull him past physical corners. He's got talent to track the ball. He's got true speed to make house calls on any given play, and he works away from coverage towards the throw for quarterbacks, which is really good for Geno Smith. I absolutely love this dude. Now, the one thing I will say is he needs to be able to develop his route tree, and if he can do that, this dude could be a day 1 starter in the NFL. And man, I'm going to be honest, this could be huge. So hit the like button, subscribe, join the family, turn on post notifications. And man, I'll see you in the next Raiders update. Peace. The Las Vegas Raiders have just added another really good player, this time in the 6th round, and look at this, will eventually be an average starter in the NFL. Whenever you can find a guy that has that type of outlook as a prospect grade in the 6th round, you know you're getting insane value, and they do that today with Ole Miss defensive tackle JJ Pugs. I don't know exactly how to say his name, but this is a guy, we're going to call him JJ for the video. Comment down below exactly the pronunciation, but 6'2.5", 309 pounds. This dude is an absolute unit and adds a ton of positional versatility. And you guys might be wondering, what does that mean? As an interior defensive tackle, how can you have versatility, right? I'm going to tell you exactly why. Let's kind of dive into the video. So right away, he slots in on this defensive line, which is correct. I do like him here. But when I talk about positional versatility, and it's probably going to mention this somewhere in here, thick hip defensive lineman with versatility to play multiple positions. Okay, so here we go. Including short yardage running back, okay? So this guy has played a ton of fullback and a ton of running back at the collegiate level. And again, he is 309 pounds. So if the Raiders choose to use him on the offensive side of the ball, he is someone that can come in on the goal line. You can give it to him, or you can use him as a lead blocker up the middle for a guy like Ashton Jeanty. They say he can be a hell on wheels when he's motivated and has it cranked up. He's quick off the ball, but not explosive into first contact as he consistently could be, but that's something he'll have to develop going into the NFL level with the Raiders. I think he's got a lot of guys here that can coach him up, can help him become a better player. Max Crosby, Christian Wilkins, and guys like that. He'll beat reach blocks and double teams if he gets his technique ironed out. He has quicker hands and feet than most opponents he'll face and has talent to get to the other side of the line in both phases, and he has rush talent and can finish using rare change of direction quickness, allowing him to capture pocket mobile quarterbacks. Ole Miss leaned on JJ as a short yard runner in the offense, using his power and athleticism to convert at a high rate, and this is something I think the Raiders would not be opposed to doing at all. He's got a high ceiling, and the floor will be determined by the motor and how he comes into practice and work every single day. A guy who is supposed to go in the 4th or 5th round due to that versatility, but the Raiders steal him in the 6th, man. Let's go. Hit the like button. You guys can look at the weaknesses and the strengths if you guys want to. Subscribe, join the family, and I'll see you in the next one, man. Let's go. Ladies and gentlemen, the Las Vegas Raiders in the end of the 4th round just have added another player with interesting potential, and we're going to break down exactly everything you need to know about Tonka Hemingway, the defensive tackle out of South Carolina. Now, the first thing that jumps off the page with this dude is pure athleticism, okay? This guy is a freak athlete, ranked the #1 defensive tackle in the combine when it came to pure athleticism score, and is one of the major reasons I love this pickup, right? Now, you could just see the Raiders are going for pure athletes. Dante Thoren ran a 4.3, right? You had, Darian Porter, a 6'4" athlete, outstanding athleticism in a DB, and now this dude, an outstanding athlete in Tonka Hemingway. Now, he's not a massive dude. He's kind of in the middle, 6'3", 284 pounds as a defensive tackle. Does not slate to be a nose at any mean. More of a 3 technique type of guy. But there is no limitations on the way this dude can be played, okay? He's a former defensive end. He's displayed enough quickness and lateral movement to flash, okay? Hemingway will need to align as a 4-eye, which basically means inside the tackle. 3 technique would be a little bit scarier for him. I said he would play as a 3 technique, but it's because he has that versatility to play inside or outside. I would never play him at a 0 technique, but 4-eye is probably where he fits the best, right inside of that tackle. Don't go outside the tackle, and I think he should be fine, right? Oh, and it says right here, inside the shoulder of the offensive tackle. Or 5 technique, so again, I guess they are saying that he could fit in as outside of the tackle. But I feel like he doesn't really have too much of a... He's not solidified in one spot. You're not going to be like, okay, he can only play as a 4-eye, he can only play as a 5, he can't play as a 7. This dude can play in a lot of different spots besides nose tackle. Now, let's see. He simply doesn't have the strength to leverage his gaps as a run defender inside. So again, that's basically saying, hey, don't play him at 0 technique. He's not a 2-gapper. He's not a guy who can cover both A gaps, right? His best bet might drop weight and rebrand as a 4-3 defensive end. When you look at the Raiders defense right now, that is exactly what they're in, a 4-3 type of defense where he's going to have to play either defensive tackle and put on some weight, or maybe lose some weight and up that speed even more and act as a depth edge rusher for this division with Patrick Mahomes. I don't know why I said Charles. But I like this dude, okay? Very athletic, and I think he's going to help out beat some of the good teams here in the division. They rank 22nd in the NFL in QB sack percentage, and hopefully Tonka's athleticism can put some pressure on the quarterback. So hit the like button. Let me know what you guys think, and hopefully you can develop. All right, here we go. Raiders back on the clock late in the 6th round here at pick 39 of the 6th, right? They're adding a quarterback. Over Quinn Ewers, they're taking Cam Miller from North Dakota State, 6'1", 210 pounds. A really good locker room guy is what I've really heard about Cam Miller. throughout the entirety of the draft process. A lot of people said this is going to be a free agent pickup for some of the top teams, right? He was going to be a priority for a lot of teams, basically. Now, he was a 4-year starter with average size and just known for winning a lot of football games, right? So a game manager at most, right? And this is a guy that John Spytek and Pete Carroll really liked. Now, we're going to break down exactly why in just a second. Before we do so, guys, do me a big favor. Hit that like button if you enjoy these Raiders videos, but more importantly, subscribe to the channel if you are new. It is free. It doesn't cost anything to subscribe to the channel. And comment down below P2 if you want more of these videos. All right. Now, you guys are probably going to like this because 4-year starter, average of winning a bunch of games. He can read NFL, or okay, maybe not NFL. He can read defenses, but isn't going to wear them out with his decision making. So this is a guy right away that can make pre-snap adjustments. He knows where to attack certain defenses off a look, but he might get caught up with disguises, okay? So it's going to take him a little bit of time to get his anticipation down. He lacks ideal, okay, right here, look at this. He lacks ideal anticipation and drive velocity into intermediate pockets of the defense and has instances on tape where he appears too hesitant to cut throws loose to open targets. You got to fix that. If you see something open, throw the football. Miller's mobility works in his favor, but he fails to stand out enough to project NFL success. Now, the way that he reads defenses is good. I like that, and not a lot of quarterbacks, even in college, can do that. So, even in the NFL, some quarterbacks struggle with it. So, the fact that he can already read coverages is amazing. We can get the decision-making better. We can get the anticipation better. But he's got to be more, I don't want to say conservative, but more, not risky either. I want him to just be more confident with what he sees on the field. Now, again, let's go through some of the strength. Quickly gets through his throwing operation to a release. So having a quick release is very important. If you have a slow release in the NFL, it gives DBs more time to jump the pass and get interceptions. So the fact that he's got a good release is good. Better than 4-to-1 career touchdown to interception ratio. Conservative, I like that. Don't throw too many interceptions. Turnovers can kill a game. Able to throw touch throws to all 3 levels. That is a good thing to have. Extends plays using his feet. I like that. Uses legs as weapon on desired runs and as a scrambler. Okay, so I mean, overall looks like a decent player. But below average efficiency, doesn't go through all his progressions, has trouble cutting it loose when receivers come free. This is something that can't be on here. The fact that this is on your weakness list, how? How are we not throwing to the open receiver? That's got to change. Doesn't throw with anticipation. That's got to change. Again, you know how to read defenses. We should be able to throw against zone. Lacks the arm talent and velocity to be late with throws and still connect. Ball placement goes astray when he feels pressured. Overall, I like the quarterback for a 6th-round pick. He's better than Quinn Ewers. Right away, it's debatable. I like Quinn Ewers, but Cam Miller is a little bit different. He adds a lot of potential. We're going to have to see if he can adjust a little bit. So let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. All right, quickly, Raiders drafted another wide receiver here late in the 6th round. Tommy Mellet out of Montana State, 5'11", 200 pounds. Interesting player, and we're going to break down everything you need to know. Projected 7th round, maybe even a priority free agent. Him and Cam Miller are both 6th round picks here. Guys that they loved character-wise. Now, there have been quarterback to receiver conversions in the NFL before, and Mellet might be next in line, okay? So basically, Julian Edelman went from quarterback to wide receiver and panned out to be really, really good at football. This is a guy Tom Brady really liked, okay? Now, he's been a winner and extremely productive as a dual-threat quarterback, but he doesn't have the size or arm talent to continue in that position in the NFL. Now, he's shifty, he's very fast, and this could kind of give you guys a quick little hint of what he could become in the NFL. The size, the speed, and the quickness could translate into a very quick playmaking type of wide receiver. He can prove himself as a route runner and a pass catcher, but he's going to have to work, man. He's going to have to work hard, and he's going to have to earn a role early, maybe even on special teams. And again, look, you could follow his footsteps of Julian Edelman. Didn't even see that there. Mellett's impressive pro day numbers and competitiveness could earn him an opportunity from a team looking for a player like Julian Edelman, who made the same transition 16 years ago. This is a quarterback turned wide receiver, a gadget guy. Expect him to maybe even return some punts here or there, try to earn a role that way, and then from there, find his way into the offensive system. So let me know what you guys think about this. I love what they are doing. Jack Besh, Dante Thoren, a 6'5", 4'3" runner, and then Tommy Mellet. I like the potential here. So let me know what you guys think. Hit the like button, subscribe, and I'll see you in the next one. Peace.